In this video, we're going to cover exactly what you need to know when building a sponsored product campaign, specifically an auto campaign. So this is going to be good for those who have never created an auto campaign before, and also for those who might have created multiple auto campaigns but don't really know what all of the features do. So we're going to cover that in this video. So the first thing you need to do is log into Seller Central. Once you've logged into Seller Central, you need to go and click on the advertising section. And once you clicked on the advertising section, you can then click the blue button here to create your first campaign. Now, once you're in this section, you have different campaign types that you can create. For now, we're going to cover sponsored products. So there's sponsored brands, sponsored display, and there's sponsored TV. And by the time this video airs, and maybe a few years later, there's probably going to be a whole range of new features. So Amazon slowly bring this out, but this is the area we're going to focus on. So if you click continue within sponsored products, you are now given the ability to create your auto campaign. So at this stage, what you want to do is you want to create an ad group name. So you want to put preferably the ASIN, and you want to put the date that it was created. Date created is not really important, but let's just say if we put in here like the ASIN, and then let's just say we're going to create a close match campaign. And that should be fine. Really, we're going to be creating these on a one ad group per campaign level anyway. So the level of detail is going to kind of determine what your naming convention and framework is. But that's another discussion. So once you've done that, you want to go through the products that you have, and then you want to add those products into the product section here. And once you've done that, you get the option of targeting. So for now, we're going to focus on automatic targeting. We are going to create another video for manual targeting coming up shortly. So automatic targeting is what we're looking for. And with this, Amazon's going to decide with the content that you have, the category that you're in, what other terms for your products to appear for, and also what other ASINs to have your ads appear for. So when you're first launching a product, we would recommend just waiting a few weeks before you start pushing auto campaigns, because you want to tell Amazon exactly what terms you want to target. So you got that. So you create automatic campaigns, and then you can then go to select a default bid. So it's giving you an idea here of what you would be expected to pay for this auto campaign. So it could be anything between 34 cents to 48 cents. So what you can do is you can select an option, and you don't really want to go to the high end here. You want to start low and start to build up just to see, okay, would you get exposure to the impressions and clicks? So you can do that, or you can go here, click set bids by targeting group. So you can actually hover over the icons to see what each of the types of targeting are available, but close match is going to be the most relevant, and that's going to tend to be the one that generates you the best amount of sales for how much you spend. Every now and again, there's an outlier, and one of the other match types, auto match types, work better. So you want to effectively, what you do is just untick these boxes, and we're going to have close match, and then give it a bid. It's fairly low bid. And then what you do is later on, you build another campaign, you just do exactly the same thing. So untick everything but loose match, and create a loose match campaign, etc. So once you've done that, you create the bid. Now, once you created the bid, you can then go in and add a negative exact term. So if there's any exact match terms that you're targeting, what you can do is you can put those keywords into here. And what that will do is it will stop your any of those terms coming through here, because you've already got a focus campaign, and you don't want similar search terms appearing through an exact match campaign and an auto campaign. So this auto campaign is going to be really, really good at finding other potential terms that you can have your ads appear for. So let's move on to what else you can do. So once you created this close match auto campaign, there is another strategy that has been adopted and sometimes works really, really well. So what you can do, you can have a close match with a bid of, let's just say 34 to 48 cents, right? And see what kind of impressions you get with that. But you can also create another close match with a bid of, let's say 10 cents. Click see, okay, what will happen if you really reduce your bids? Will you get any impressions? Because if Amazon does give you impressions for that for such a low bid, what you'll find is you'll get much better return for your advertising spend. Um, that tends to work every now and again, and it's something to test. But for now, start here, get this going, because you want to get impressions, you want to get traffic, and this is going to help with the amount of sales velocity that you get for the product, which is really, really important. If you can capture some sales here and there, it's going to be great. That's the second. What's the first benefit? And the second benefit is you're going to be opening yourself up to seeing what search terms in real time people are buying your products for. It doesn't get better than this. So if there are any new trends that are coming in where people have picked up, let's just say from any of the social media platforms like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, then those terms, when they're being searched and if your ad appears for and you get a sale, you can actually react pretty quickly and get those terms added into a sponsored product manual campaign to see what the potential is there. So this is a really good way to fish around to understand, okay, what kind of terms are you appearing for? So once you've done this, you want to go to negative, and then if you scroll down, and then you have okay, so you've got negative keywords which you can add here. So you can have a negative exact or phrase. I'd recommend just exact. So filter out what's kind of what you've already got going somewhere else. But you can also have negative product targeting. So you might want to add ASINs. Let's say that you already for your own ASINs, right? You don't want your ads to serve for your own ASINs. That should be another campaign, and that's more of a defensive campaign, and you can add that here. So you can add a list here of just irrelevant ASINs to your product, and then we go to bidding strategy. So within the bidding strategy, what you want to really do is you want to go down only as just a default set in place. You don't want Amazon to start optimizing your bids up and down, how they choose, especially at the beginning. You haven't got any conversion data, you don't really know what's going on. So you want to have it down only so you have complete control of your bids, and then you can increase, decrease accordingly depending on whether you get a good amount of traffic, whether you get a good amount of sales for this auto campaign. And then you have bid adjustments. So you could be increasing the amount you pay for the ads to appear, your products to appear at the top of search. For this auto campaign, we wouldn't recommend doing anything with this. So don't worry about adding any placement bids within this campaign. Further increase of cross placements on Amazon Business. This is a new feature at the moment. Again, with the auto campaign, you can, if you want to test this, create a separate campaign where you do that. But for now, you really want to just see what the auto campaigns can do in terms of sales. And then there's another video we created on naming conventions. Really important here that you put a good naming convention. This is so important. So what you want to do here is, what we take is we go clear CA for clear ads, just so if we're working at any accounts that we manage, people can know, okay, what are the campaigns that we created and what are the kind of historical campaigns that are in the campaign, in the account. And then you want ASIN, and then you want a product name, right? Because when other people look at your campaigns, they're not going to really understand what the product is about just by looking at the ASIN. So giving them a flavor of what the product is, so put a product name in there, and then this is going to be an auto campaign, and then you're probably going to want to put close match as a targeting option as well, so you know very quickly what it is. Start date, leave as it is. End date, you don't tend to need to put anything in here. And then daily budget. So daily budget is going to, you have to think carefully about this. So if the product category that you're going into, if it's suggesting that you have a $3 click bid and you've got a $10 budget, you're only going to get 3 clicks a day. It's going to take weeks before you've got enough data gathered to really make any decision. So if you got a bid that's $3 or $4 a click, then you're going to have higher budgets in order to get that data in to really be able to do anything with it. So that's the next thing you need to bear in mind. So once you put that budget in, you just click launch, and then that's it. The campaign is ready to go. Now, once you have the campaign all set and going, you can go into the campaign settings, and you can make any adjustments of anything within the campaign. So you can add it to a portfolio. That's going to be pretty important as well. I'm sorry, I should have showed you that within the campaign section. So you want to structure it so you're able to easily find it. You can then, if you made any mistakes, you can pause it and activate at any given point. And then you've got all of the features of everything you've added in here. So you can see within the campaign settings section. Now, once you click onto the ad group, and then you can go into ads, and you can see how the ads have performed. You can see, okay, how many impressions have I got? How many clicks? What's the click through rate? What's the spend? How much am I paying on average per click? So it might have said 43 cents, but you might not have got much traffic, and you've increased. So you can see here we're paying $1.18 per click, and we have 10 orders. So that's something you can look at. And then if we click on let's say targeting, you can actually see, okay, so this is what I was talking about, splitting these out. So you can see the different match types are going to have different ways of performing. So you can see straight away close match. You can see it's had 6 orders. It's spent $24, but it's made $97 back with a return on advertising spend of 3.93. So if I wanted to give more budget to this in terms of campaign budget, you can't, because you have it all within one campaign. So that's why it tends to be best practice to have this broken out into its own. So effectively, if you were in this predicament, what you should just, I'd recommend you do is pause everything else, allow this to continue running, and then build out the other 3 in a new campaign. So this is what you have in terms of the different match types that I was referring to. And then here you can click on search terms. So you can actually see, okay, what products have Amazon showed me for, or what terms have I paid for? So you can click on the order. So I'd suggest, depending on what budget you have, if it's $10 a day, give it a week, 2 weeks before you be able to really do anything with this information. So you can see with this product here, when someone searches shower handle for elderly suction, there were 3 people who clicked, spent $3.60 in total, and made $32 back in sales. Snake cost of 11%. So this is a term you certainly want to add. You've got shower grab bar as the second one, 2 clicks, spend £2.40, order 1, and that's got a 14% conversion rate. So these have only had 1 sale, so it's really hard to understand, okay, is just a one-off? Is this a one-off anomaly, or is there likely to be more sales that come through in the future? Now, if there is more sales that are likely, if you have 2, 3, 4 sales for one term or one type of product, then absolutely you want to start targeting campaigns for it. So this is the information that you could be looking at once you've created the auto campaign. I hope you found this video useful. If you want us to have a look at what you built already and give you some free advice, then either click on the link below to get an audit free of charge, or you can scan the QR code. And we do also have a community on School, which you can join. And this is a group of our clients, and also some of the most amazing thought leaders in this space regarding e-commerce and Amazon. And you can go in there, ask questions, people will answer it, and we'll also have content placed on there for you to be able to review and watch. I hope you found this useful. Take care and goodbye.